We are into Marketabilities episode 101. That's it.
That was so lame.
Good. What? There's a generational divide, right? I think it's cool. He's like, lame. All right, look, we want to talk about what you're talking about. So let's just jump right in. I listen, it scares me, but it doesn't. I'm super excited about it if used in the right way. But we are not going anywhere, and we're not going to charge less for what we do. AI, take it away.
Yeah, so AI has taken pretty much the world by storm in the past couple of years, maybe 3 years, I guess. Especially ChatGPT, right? You can ask it anything, and it'll give you like 80 to 90% of like the information you need to know, crazy. And then you reword the question, and it gives you the better answer, and it's all crazy. So if you haven't experimented with it, I don't know where you've been, but experiment with it. It's awesome.
It forces you.
It's very cool. But now we've seen the overflow in AI, especially even in some of the tools that we already use as video editors, photographers, audio engineers.
Things that get you noticed.
Yeah. And so like if you have a bad photo, if it's out of focus, the AI can fix it. If you have a photo where you want the building to be taller, AI will generative fill and make the building look taller. Like it's a never ending thing, and it's really, really cool. And you need to not be scared of it because it's going to be here and it's going to stick around.
It is. But it's a shortcut. And if used correctly, it can help you with your post if you're trying to earn enough money that you can call and hire Growing Media or whatever marketing group, because you still need that professional content. We're not going to take shortcuts. We can improve upon it.
You still need placement.
We're still going to use the tools, and then you need to place that even outside of your comfort zone. So, we're here. Our business is here to stay. But look, you're not the only one that's seeing it. You're not the only one that's hearing about it. We're very much engrossed in it already. And it was interesting the other day. I was going to do I think I was just trying to do a flyer for somebody or something. And I put one line in, and it jumps ahead and it tries to give me like the rest of the script. And I'm like, no, delete. Because here's what happens. This has gone on for some time.
Yeah.
You've had this person who writes these papers for people, and then they sell them. Well, what happens when the professor sticks around too long and he's like, man, I've seen this paper before. So how many ways and how many times will they reinvent it? Or are they going to give you the same text they're giving somebody else? So now originality, if you don't stay the course, you just may find yourself in a situation where it's like, I've seen this before.
Right.
Right, because it's AI.
Yeah.
Generated.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried about that. As in the fact that like things are going to look redundant because 100%. It's AI, but I'm also not, because it's like, maybe you can tell the AI do something no one's ever seen before.
Come on. Okay, now that's frightening. That scares me a little
bit. But
like
I think that's just
instructing you.
That's just part of it. Like I think that's just part of it. So yes and no. I am, but yeah, for me, I am a little concerned about the educational system when it comes to that, because people will just be like, well, AI can do it, so I don't need to learn how to do it. And that's
with the signature. And kids don't know how to sign anymore. They don't
well, yeah, but and then but for example, like this is just if AI were to go down for like a week or something in 2037. But everybody was so used to using it every day that they never actually learned how to do these things. Right. What do? You
better know how to do it.
Like what if that's when things start to collapse because it was all dedicated on this one thing.
Maybe that's the design.
That is my concern. And there's more concerns, right? Like if the AI actually ends up getting a consciousness, then you've seen all those movies, right? Where it's a little frightening. I don't know if we're really anywhere close to that type of thing. Maybe. Someone's maybe hiding it. But I know Elon Musk has talked about he said that's his number one fear about AI.
He warned us about it before, but who knows, that might have been part of the script. You act like you're concerned, but yet you were completely behind it. But yeah, it's, you can never replace humans. So let's keep that at the forefront. Yeah. Secondary, it's like, okay, how am I going to use it? Like you said, there are some really cool ways you can use it. Still be a little skeptical of it, check it, make sure that you agree with it, make sure it is writing what you wanted it to say, et cetera. You're not just going to trust it to do something and send it out there because you really want to mess up your marketing strategy, or you really want to mess up what somebody's already done for you and you paid a lot of money for it. Start messing around with that. Yeah. And you'll find out very quickly that it can't replicate some of those things. Right. But, you just got to... you got to use it in a way it was meant to be used. And here's a cool example of how we used it just this week. So, or so I thought we did. And then I found out that we actually did the work later. We had a client send us a flyer, right? And that's like, honey, we can't, what are we supposed to do with this flyer, right? I sent it over to an editor and I said, hey, they want to bring this to life. We'll do an animated something, whatever. Sends it back. I guess I didn't pay attention to the flyer and I'm like, oh, even the picture in the flyer, I thought he made it move. I thought he brought the people to life. He goes, no, he said, I just found stock that looked comparable to it. And I'm like, dude, okay, if that would have been AI, like I sent you a piece of paper and the thing came to life and it made a commercial.
That's some Harry Potter stuff.
That was really good. So see, you still need us to do that to bring your flyers. And like Lucas said, okay, when you think about AI, let's add AIO, originality. Because that's why people do business with you. They buy, people want to buy from people.
Yeah.
You got to be super careful not to lose your personality, who you are, and the whole reason that people do business with you.
Yeah, and in all reality, AI still needs to be operated correctly. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean, you can ask it to do a certain thing, but that's not even really, it doesn't necessarily know how you're thinking that you want that thing.
They are.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, they're pretty good though.
No, it is pretty good, but
basic.
Yeah,
basic.
But it's not really to the point to where it just does a bunch of things way better than you, and whatnot, because it doesn't really know what you're saying. So you have to say it, get more detail before it even does the thing.
Right.
So really, it's like it can be used to your advantage, but you even need to learn how to use it properly for it to be used for your advantage.
Yeah. And listen, okay, we're kind of running down a list here of some things that we wanted to see, sort of the standings and where we are now. Guess what? Nothing changed from year to year with e-commerce. I mean, I love it that you feel a loyalty to that brick and mortar and your main street and your downtown, and keep that, because that's a culture and a way of life. But you got to be online.
You have to have an online sector of your store.
You really do.
Yeah.
And even if it's not that particular, say maybe what you're doing or you're offering can't necessarily be placed online, there should be maybe a side hustle online, like something, like utilize that.
Even in an order form, or a way to contact you, is going to be best, know, because I mean, there's going to be people who could be on the other side of the country, who want to talk to you because you do something so specific that they want. But if you're not online, they can't find you.
That's right. I mean, when you're Googled, you need to pop up.
Yeah.
So page not found, that's not an option.
Crap, I need to fix my website.
I think you went down like 3 or 4 weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, why'd your email kick back to me, boo?
My website provider stopped working for me.
I think you're making up something right now. Is that what AI told you to say?
No, it actually did. So
really?
I switched my domain provider from people who host my website, and they did not like that. I switched it to a different domain provider, and then they were like, sorry, we can't connect to that anymore. And I'm like, but you have done it in the past on different websites that I've used.
Right.
And they said, yeah, sorry, we've changed our rules. I didn't know that. So that's why I've been off for like 2 weeks now, but it's okay. I'll get it back up
We'll get there.
This week.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the other thing. I don't know if you're dealing with this, and please, we do invite your comments. We want you to write in if you're around Southern Illinois, or if we're in your neck of the woods. We're happy to do a podcast remotely to have some of these conversations with you and your business. But it seems that you've got those employees out there who are still actively seeking out remote or hybrid situations for their work life. Thoughts?
Well, so for me, and the way that I've looked at it is, sometimes I work remote from the studio.
We've all done it,
and
we see what happens.
It's pretty great to do a hybrid. I think hybrid's the way to go, because mostly everybody has a decent internet connection now, especially in our country,
right?
And so that's been really great, and even working with people in other countries, has become so easily done. You just upload something and they download it, and then they
kind of cool.
Yeah, and it is really cool. But there's also something, especially with the week that we had last week, about being with and around people that makes you motivated and more energized and just excited to keep doing what you're doing.
Collaboration and connection. There's something to that.
Yeah, and you can get some of that online. I'm not saying you can't. There are communities, but it's not the same as being in the room. I always equate it to like if you go to church or you like to go to church and you're live streaming a service, the worship's cool. Sounds cool. Sounds good. You're in your living room. But if you're in that room, you can feel the presence and the energy of people around you. And it's just different. It's like, it's the same as like, and if you don't go to church, a sports game, like any game, like a football, soccer, NHL, MLB, like I hate watching baseball on the TV. It doesn't make sense to me. It's so boring. Going to an MLB game, love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I feel that because in what we do, yes, we can edit alone. We can plan for the coming week alone. We can invoice. We can whatever we need to do, right? But like you said, and you used words last week like electric and feeding off people. I mean, granted, when we get together and we're content creators, you lose track of time. We were working 12-hour days last week, and I've never been more energized in my whole life.
Yeah. I fasted last week and I didn't have more energy.
I know, and I thought I was going to have to avoid you, but I actually liked you, dude. I kept coming around. I mean, I'm sorry I brought all that food around and fed everybody else, but
you did what you were supposed to do.
I did.
Yeah.
And you were great. I can't say, people who know me, they hear Daniel fast, they're like, I'm going on vacation, Angie, first couple of weeks in January.
Angie, can you lose my phone number for the next few weeks?
I'll never forget. I think the first year I did it, you guys peeked around my door. You're like, are you off the, you know? It's
like, where are you at with that?
Are you eating now? So, but that's, you know, it's cool. We are, by design, meant to be in community.
Yeah.
We're meant to be with one another. It is. Even when you think it's not, you're like, I've got it figured out. I want to stay at home and watch Netflix. I'm hanging out, whatever. I don't.
Yeah, that's why a big reason why 2020 was so detrimental.
Right.
Is people got so depressed. It's because they couldn't be around other people that they enjoy being around.
Maybe that's a good reminder. I mean, think back to that time, and you know, you never know. I still live by the guys that you got one day, baby, day by day by day by day. So you don't know what's coming, you know, and take advantage of those situations. And yeah, it stinks. I mean, nobody wants to go sit in a cubicle, you know, 9 to 5, but build in those moments in your day when you're meeting with somebody or meeting somebody for lunch or you meet out on the lawn or whatever, and you'll be blessed by that.
Even like for us, like, you know, we get really busy some weeks where it's just like you got to edit 5 videos a day or something crazy,
you need
right?
to be handing some of that stuff off.
True. But that only happens when we're all busy. Right. You know what I mean? And the best thing I've noticed I can do is once I get done with a video, I kind of accomplish something, I go out and just have like a quick 10-15 minute chat with somebody. And then I kind of then motivated to take on the next thing.
Love that.
Because when you do them back to back, it's a little like you start to your eyes start to glaze over. Yeah. You lose some creativity. Yeah. But if you just go out on a little walk, if there's nobody there or whatever, you know, go out, just get up and go do something. Maybe talk to someone, call someone, whatever.
The problem is 8 hours later, you're still talking. I mean, you could be. We have found ourselves doing that. Yes. Yeah. So, but anyway, guys, we're MarketAbilities. We want you to learn by what we're all doing. We want you to launch if we can help you do that in any way. And then actually, I reverse that. We have to develop things first. You know, we have to make things and then we launch, we propel, you know, and it's nice to know you have a team of people, whether in your own business or you've sought out business and businesses and individuals to help you with your marketing and your business strategy and such. Man, we're down for some big things this year.
Yeah, I feel like this year's going to be crazy.
It's going to be huge.
The best way possible.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's after hours. He's tired. His eyes are closing.
I'm just still exhausted from last week, I think.
But you have clarity. You shared, shared with us with the whole fasting thing. People may be like, what? Why? Clarity. People go in search of clarity, you know, answers to things. So
the most simplest way that I tell people about fasting is it is a weakening of the flesh for a strengthening of the spirit.
Yeah, and the spirit. Love that. I love that.
Yeah. That's the most simple way to kind of explain it to people.
Yeah. Have we explained enough? Let's see. What was take it or leave it? We've had a lot of conversations with our clients about AI of late, and we love it when you come to us with ideas and some faster way to do things. But the one thing that you need to keep in mind is if you went to school, if you spent a lot of money on gear, if you trained yourself or you received that training, let's not allow that to go by the wayside in lieu of something that has faults. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not an example of you and what you do.
I use it in like addition to what I already do to speed
100%.
things up. Like that's really the only thing that I do is like for audio wise, I haven't really used any AI for video yet, but but for audio wise, like it just there are a couple things that just cleans things up pretty quick, and then I'm good to go.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it does something that like editing wise that I would do. It'll detect where it's quiet and chop all those spaces out for me, and then shrink it in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't know it would do that. That's cool. That's a good use of it.
Yeah, because then I don't have to go in and manually chop, move, chop, move, chop, move.
Right.
It just goes does it for me. Yeah.
Well, I know our friends from Split, Croatia, you met them, I think, on episode 99. Yeah. So they used it this week in a really cool way. They had taken, their photographers, they had taken a photo, and it was on a really cool backdrop, but the backdrop didn't go, from left to right, whatever. Boom. Click of a button. Yeah, it did.
It was cool.
Yeah. It's kind of neat.
Cool.
So, I mean, when you use it in that way, I think it's fine. It's just perfecting some things, or, back in the day when we just had to live with it. If it was on the tape, it's like, sorry, that cup or that mug is right there. And there are a lot of different tools that we have that we can use, but play around with it, be smart like we are with everything else. And if you have any questions about it, if you're intrigued or whatever, we'd like to enter into that discussion. We're here for it.
Yeah.
That's our slogan. And
we're here for it.
We're here for it. My son has started doing that now, like in a real smart aleck way. He's like, Mom, I'm here for it.
He is here for it. Can't believe he was cleaning the other day.
He's here for it. Yeah, right. I'm here for it, Mom.
Yeah.
Still in college, right? So, all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. MarketAbilities, produced by Growing Media. Produce Perform has a pretty big hand in it. Soon you'll be able to find the website again. It's coming. It's coming back. Look for it on a computer near you very soon.
Yep.
I can't believe you trusted somebody that took your site down, dude.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to call them out?
No. It's not
we're
worth
going to give you a chance. Make it right. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Love you. Bye.